Like the food bank had some really good bagels. I got like 2 bags. Some of them had Asiago and everything bagels, but look how big the circle is in these bagels. Like, you won't find these in the grocery store. You won't find bagels this good in the grocery store. Most of the bagels in the grocery store have a small hole like a donut, which make for a better sandwich, but I think these will be perfect for some bagel chips. And there ain't no shame in my game, because they tripping with the food stamps. It's almost Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is next week, and I haven't had food stamps in 2 months. And I went to the food stamp office, and with the people had to wait, had to sit in the food stamp office for 4 or 5 hours, and the people there say it's not uncommon for them to start slacking around the Thanksgiving holiday. I even applied to work at the food stamp office so they can have some extra help. But anywho, I would never buy Chex Mix seasoning, on the regular, but they had them at the food bank at the Midtown Assistance Center over there, downtown Atlanta, by the Varsity restaurant, where the old Goodfellas used to be. Had this sitting on the table, and they had bags of bagels. Got me 2 different bags of bagels. These have lasted the longest. The everything bagels start to get fuzzy and furry, but these are good and perfect for some bagel chips, and that's what I'm about to make. So I got my bagels all cut up. You see they different colors, because it was different kinds of bagels. It smells so good. It smells like a bakery. Right here I got butter. Actually, I got butter and olive oil melted together. A lot of people just use olive oil. I wanted some butter. And this is some more butter that I got from the food bank. And it says it's lovingly distributed by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City. Man, when I tell y'all, this butter tastes so good. It's salted. It's salted butter, but it's delicious. That butter is delicious. And I read the back of these packages. It says that you're supposed to... I added some parsley to it. Now, I don't know if that mixture... I don't know if that's going to be enough butter to cover all of it, or this one seasoning package is going to be enough for all those bagels. But I'm adding in my seasoning package, and it has Worcestershire sauce seasoning in it. I'm going to start it up first. I added some fresh parsley in there. That little green, add some pops of color to it. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on. Okay, seeing as though the Chex Mix seasoning, was pretty plain and bland looking. The flavor is delicious, but I wanted some more texture in my sauce, so I added some black pepper and I added some Bragg's sprinkle 24 herbs and spices. So I add some herbs. And this is, look like it's separated. Look like the oil and stuff separated. I don't want some bread to soak up seasoning better than the other, so I'm just gonna add it to that. Drizzle it over. I don't want all that parsley to fall in one place. Maybe this might be too much oil and sauce. Let me stir that up. Stir it up first. So I'm going to stir that up. Make sure everything is nice and coated. Separate some of that parsley. Add y'all into the party over there. Nobody be tardy to the party. Make sure all this is nice and coated before I add the rest of the... I only got a little bit of mixture left, but I'm going to make sure all this is coated first. So I had to stir the mixture back up a little bit because it got pretty thick down there. So I'm going to add the rest. And I could go back and sop the rest of that up later. And the good thing about doing this with a fork is you can get, if you see one that don't have a lot of seasoning on it, like this one right here, flip that baby over, get it swirling down up in there. But everything looks very well coated. This one is lacking color. I got a couple over here lacking some color because you're sticking together. Get your swirl on, break up and get your swirl on. See? Now I got plenty of seasoning. Just gotta break them up and get that swirl on. Come on, get your swirl on. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Fryer, I have it at 300. I'm gonna separate it into 2 batches. That's the first batch. Okay, so this is my first batch. Got a little bit more golden than I wanted to because I just came in here, kind of stirred them up to flip them over a little bit. Final product of my homemade bagel chips. Air fried Chex Mix seasoned bagel chips. Only thing it is missing is some Parmesan cheese. That would have made it so much better.